There's a quiet moment most people don't talk about. It happens right after you say yes, when everything inside you wanted to say no. Maybe it was agreeing to help when you were already exhausted, or answering a late-night message you didn't have the energy for, or letting someone cross a line. Again, on the outside, nothing looks wrong. You smile, you nod, you go along with it. But inside, something feels tight, a kind of quiet resentment, mixed with guilt. And later, when you finally sit alone, you wonder, why is this so hard for me? Why can't I just say what I need? If that feels familiar, you're not alone, and more importantly, there's nothing wrong with you. Imagine a young woman sitting at her kitchen table late at night. The room is dim, lit only by a soft lamp. Her phone rests beside her, screen glowing with a message she just sent. "Sure, I can help." She stares at it for a moment. Her shoulders drop slightly, like something inside her just gave up. Not because she wanted to help, but because she didn't know how to say no. Earlier that day, she had plans, time. She had carefully set aside for herself. But when someone asked for a favor, she felt that familiar pressure, a quiet voice inside saying, if you say no, they might think you're selfish. If you say no, they might be disappointed. If you say no, they might not like you as much. So she said yes, not because it felt right, but because saying no felt heavier. Now, sitting alone, she replays the moment in her head. She imagines what it would have been like to pause, to take a breath, to say something simple like, "I can't this time." But even imagining it makes her chest tighten, because for her, setting a boundary doesn't feel like a simple choice. It feels like a risk of rejection, a risk of conflict, a risk of losing connection, and that fear is what keeps her stuck. The fear of setting boundaries doesn't come from nowhere. It's usually learned, slowly, over time. For many people, it starts early. Maybe you grew up in an environment where being easygoing was praised, where being helpful meant being loved, where keeping the peace mattered more than speaking your truth. As a child, you learned something powerful without even realizing it. If I make others comfortable, I'll be accepted. And over time, that belief becomes automatic. So, when you're faced with a moment where you could set a boundary, your brain doesn't just see a simple decision, it sees a potential threat, because deep down, it associates boundaries with something dangerous. Conflict, disapproval, disconnection. Your nervous system reacts before logic even has a chance to step in. That's why your heart might race, why your thoughts get fuzzy, why the word no feels so difficult to say. It's not that you don't know what you need. It's that your brain has been trained to prioritize safety, and in your experience, safety has meant keeping others happy. There's also another layer. Many people who struggle with boundaries are deeply empathetic. They can feel other people's emotions quickly and intensely. So when someone asks for something, they don't just hear the request. They feel the other person's need, their stress, their expectation, and saying no in that moment can feel like causing harm, even if logically you know it's not. So you say yes, not because you're weak, but because you've been wired to care deeply, and to avoid anything that might disrupt connection. But here's the part most people don't realize. Avoiding boundaries doesn't actually protect your relationships. Over time, it slowly drains them. Because when you constantly ignore your own needs, you start to feel unseen, even if no one intends it. And that quiet resentment builds, not loudly, not dramatically, but in small moments. A sigh you don't express, a frustration you push down, a feeling of being overwhelmed that no one notices. Eventually, you don't just lose your boundaries. You start to lose touch with yourself. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about allowing yourself to exist fully in your own life. It's about recognizing that your time, your energy, and your emotions matter too. And more importantly, it's about understanding that the right relationships won't break just because you were honest. In fact, they become stronger because real connection isn't built on constant agreement. It's built on truth, the truth of what you can give, and the truth of what you can't. Think about it this way. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you create a version of yourself that others interact with. A version that is always available, always accommodating, always okay. But that version isn't real, and the more you maintain it, the harder it becomes to feel genuinely seen. Boundaries are how you return to yourself, not all at once, not perfectly, but in small, quiet moments, like pausing before you respond, like giving yourself permission to think instead of reacting, like saying, "Let me get back to you," or even, "I can't do that right now." At first, it might feel uncomfortable, maybe even wrong, but that discomfort isn't a sign you're doing something bad. It's a sign you're doing something new, something your nervous system isn't used to yet, and over time, that discomfort softens. You start to notice something subtle but powerful. You feel lighter, more grounded, more honest, because you're no longer constantly negotiating against yourself. And here's something important to remember. People who truly care about you may need time to adjust. They might be surprised. They might even question it. But that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means the dynamic is changing, and change, even healthy change, can feel unfamiliar. Imagine that same young woman again. She's sitting in the same kitchen. The same soft light fills the room, but this time, her phone lights up with another request. She reads it, and instead of answering immediately, she pauses. Just for a moment, she takes a slow breath and listens, not to the pressure, but to herself. There's still a flicker of discomfort, a small wave of uncertainty, but beneath it, there's something else, clarity. She picks up her phone and types, "I won't be able to this time." She reads it once, her heart beats a little faster. Then she sends it, and for a second, everything feels still. No immediate relief, no dramatic change, just a quiet moment. But in that moment, something shifts, not in the world around her, but within her. Because for the first time in a long time, she chose honesty over fear, and that choice, small as it seems, is how boundaries begin. Not perfectly, not all at once, but gently, patiently, one moment at a time. So if you've been struggling to set boundaries, try not to see it as a flaw. See it as something you're learning, something your mind and body are slowly adjusting to. Because the goal isn't to become someone who never feels fear. It's to become someone who can still choose themselves, even when fear is present. And that's not something you force. It's something you grow into, quietly, slowly, and in your own time.